What's going on, guys? This is Kaisha. Welcome back. So we are back with another video. So in this video, we're going to cover my Eldlich deck profile that I use on YGO Asia 3-on-3 tournament championship in the Philippines last Saturday. So we had 70 teams that are competing with more than over 200 players on the tournament, and we placed 12 with my teammates Edison and Alfredo. So we made an X2 record, and I felt like this deck profile deserves a video because it is very uncanny to see Eldlich doing that well and also getting results, no? But I think I didn't play my best on the tournament, and I felt like I have made a really solid list, but I didn't play that much optimally on the tournament. But regardless, I'm going to share you my deck profile that I have used on the tournament, especially if you want to take inspiration and play Eldritch as well on that 3-on-3 tournament because it is shared ban list. So the deck building is definitely a huge factor. So moving on, we do have an 40 card deck in Eldlich. We do have 3 Golden Lord. I was skeptical if I'm going to run 2, but I do feel like that third copy is very much welcome to see on grind game and also on situations that your one Eldritch was banished by things like Little Knight, no, for example. So 3 Golden Lords. Next we do have Triple Border. So before I was thinking if I'm going to play Eldritch Ancient Warrior, but upon my testing, I have figured out that I should play Eldritch as a stun version rather than the Ancient Warrior, which is more proactive and aggressive. But I think I have uh, thought that the Eldritch won't lose that bad into hand traps if I'm going to play a more stun-oriented build. So I just run border and more floodgates and high impact traps. So yeah, border, especially when you can summon this out and go first, it's pretty much game over, and there's not many decks that could play around this card right now except for Malice, for example, no. But yeah, border is definitely a solid floodgate. And next we do have double Lland. I think 12 Lland is the perfect amount of ratio to play on this build. You don't want to see two of Eldland in your hand. And next one, Black Awakening. Only one. Yeah, I feel like this is the only Awakening that you should play. I didn't opt to play White Destiny. I just want to summon out Black Awakening with Border or Floodgate and just sit on my Eldritch and just I use this card for a Banish Father to recuperate my resources on the following turn. And next we do have Double Extravagance. So only to Extravagance because my teammate played the one of Prosperity. So I just played to Extravagance. And next we do have Triple Sanguin. So of course, mandatory to play 3 of these and self-explanatory as well. And next we do have Triple Conquistador. So 3 of these as well, very insane card. And this is like your bread and butter. And this is the best card that you could always search off from Sanguine Banish. And next would be one Wakero. Only one Wakero. I do feel like that I don't need the second copy. And I never encountered a situation that I need the second copy of Wakero. So one is fine, I believe. And next would be one Golden and Forever. Definitely a clutch card. And you would want to bank on this card when you want to protect your back row, and especially a lot of people are running back row hate because of the 3v3 nature of that shared ban list. So you would really anticipate people blowing out you from cards like Evenly or Lightning Storm, no. So yeah, one forever. And next would be triple Solemn Strike. The only Solemn that I run in the main deck. I just feel like that this card is very much impactful and can hurt a lot of decks in the current format. And you could also topple hand traps like Ash Blossom, no, into your Sanguine. And yeah, I feel like Solemn Strike definitely did its job on this format for me. And next would be 3, the Black Goat Laps. So this is where things get spicy. I'm running triple the Black Goat Laps because I thought that I can discard it always with the Golden Lord in my hand. And you could use the graveyard effect of this card to play around certain boards and complexities on the current game. So I think uh, I have made the correct call to play this card even though it is unpopular and not really uh, favored upon the Eldlich. I think this card is really good on this build, and I think I have used this card in a lot of games that I won more because of the graveyard effect of this card, and also very insane against Tenpai Dragon. And next would be triple evenly match. So triple evenly, of course. Uh, it would be weird to see Eldlich running back row, rather blowout card on the main deck. But I think evenly match is really strong in this current metagame, especially on the 3v3 where people would run a lot of rogue decks and also back row match up. Like I have faced two labyrinths on the tournament. And yeah, I think evenly match is a really solid blowout card right now. And next would be triple torrential tribute. So it is a last minute inclusion in my deck. I really thought that I need some card that could eradicate the monsters of your opponent and tarnish their numerous monsters on their board. So I have up to made the decision that I would run another card like Evenly Match, or I would just run Torrential Tribute. But at the end of the day, I would rather select a high impact trap card like Torrential Tribute rather than just waiting for your luck to play and draw things like Evenly Match now, for example. So yeah, Torrential Tribute definitely gave some good showing for me, but sadly, a lot of decks in the current metagame does have graveyard effects and also can float around the graveyard, so it would minimize the impact of Torrential Tribute. But all in all, against control decks and rogue decks, this is really phenomenal for me. And next would be Power Sink Stone, probably the MVP card of my deck. This is like your pseudo skill drain, not skill drain, but it functions the same way once you set up the Power Sink Stone. And many people are not aware for this card. They really don't know how to play around this card, and they would just use their monster effects from their hand and would just use the counters of the Parsing Stone quickly, so they are left with no response or play around against this card. But yeah, if people are knowledgeable against this deck, they would play more carefully, more optimally. But yeah, luckily it played a huge role on my showing on the tournament. This card is heavily performed in that game 2 to 3 or round 2 to 3 or 2 to 4. So this card really saved me a lot on those circumstances. So yeah, triple power 6 stone, definitely a floodgate to reckon with right now. Next would be double goals in match. I think this is the card that really underperformed really bad. I don't really see a lot of situations that this card is useful in the tournament, and yeah, it just performed really bad for me. But I am left with no options because I just want to play more floodgates in this build, and I don't really know two cards that could replace this goes in match in this build. So yeah, I just ran with goes in match, but yeah, it's just iffy right now. I'm not really sure about this tech. And next would be Suon Limit, of course, mandatory. It's like an instant win card. And next would be There Can Be Only One, another solid card right now. But sadly, top tier meta decks can play around this card right now. But yeah, it's still solid. And next would be one Rivalry. Of course, Rivalry. More better than Goes in Match. And really did some damage as well on the tournament. So yeah, happy with my Rivalry inclusion. And last but not the least, skill drain, of course. Eldlich will not be Eldlich without skill drain. Of course, you want to run one skill drain because it is only R1 right now. But yeah, of course, insane card for this Golden Lord deck. And moving on towards my extra deck, I am running triple Gustav Max. Of course, Gustav Max, you want to use the burn damage of Gustav Max to finish out games. And it is solely the purpose of 3 copies of Gustav Max. And next would be one Liebe. Another fodder for your rank 10 upgrade from this Gustav Max, and really solid high attack monster as well. And next would be Pleiades. So yeah, didn't come up, but I think this could be a good option as well for your Conquistador and Vaquero. And next would be Zeus, of course, mandatory. And next would be Typhoon. Didn't come out. I think Typhoon is just here as my 15th card on my extra deck. And next would be Chaos Angel, really solid card. I think it's the better option to use if you want to utilize your Vaquero or Conquistador on your board. And next would be the Vampire. Link 3 didn't come up. I just thought that it is a really cool tech to play here and could come up on some scenarios. But yeah, didn't up to see play on this card on the 3-on-3 tournament. And next would be Vampire Sucker. Of course, Vampire Sucker. It could potentially hurt your opponent if you want to run the rivalry or Goen match, or there can be only one sometimes, no? You would really neutralize this card and really make your opponent suffer from the summon of Vampire Sucker. And next would be Little Knight. Didn't come up as well, but a very good generic card. And next would be Imduk. So yeah, I prefer Imduk over Link Spider right now. I just think that Imduk is much more beneficial. And next would be Nightmare Phoenix. Another way to remove cards on the field, especially on the back row. And last would be BLS Link 3. Another good untargetable card and could be a tower on some games, but sadly didn't come up on my experience. And moving on towards our side deck, we are running triple sphere mode, of course. Our player C is A rather is playing Lava Golem, so I just opt to play Spear mode on this tournament. It is more humongous on board clearing tendencies because it lets you clear 3 cards and also much more damaging. But yeah, I would hope to play Lava Golem as well on this side deck. And we are running triple Contact C. So this could hurt a lot of combo decks and also top tier meta decks like Ryzel, for example, no? But I think they have ways to out this card, but it could hurt them. And I just thought that it is a really cool tech card to play in this current meta game and would hurt a lot of rogue decks on that environment. And next would be triple Retaliating C. So similar to Contact C, I just thought that the Retaliating C could be a good answer for some of the decks, like Snake Eyes, for example, no? And people are still thinking on their Rescue Ace, Ubel, all of those previous top tier meta decks, they're still clinging in the meta. I think this is my answer for them. But sadly didn't come up on that tournament. And next would be triple Anti-Spell Fragrance, of course. Fragrance, really solid card. Once you set up the Fragrance and you shut down 40-45% of your opponent's deck, especially things like Sky Striker, for example, which is more popular as a going second option for some players. So yeah, the anti-spell really favored a lot of matchups for me. And next would be the last cards on our side deck could be triple Solemn Judgment. I didn't run Solemn Judgment in the main deck. I think it was a ballsy move on my part. I didn't really thought about people playing board wipes in the main deck on game 1, so I just prefer to put the Solemn Judgments in the side deck. But I think I have played this card over the things like Goen much in the main deck, and it would be more better for me. But yeah, I think I would contemplate it on the following weeks to include the Solemn Judgment back in the main deck once again. But for now, it is a solid uh, protection for your board and also a high impact counter trap on your disposal. So yeah, that sums up my Eldlich deck profile that got 12 place out of 70 teams in the YGO Asia 3-on-3 championship tournament in the Philippines last Saturday. So if you found this video informative and helpful, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. It definitely motivates me a lot to keep providing this content for you guys. So once again, thank you for watching. See you on the next one. Peace.